Now this one I'm going to do now is the piping. So according to this fabric I need at least the length. Oh, that was 17 inches. 17 inches going around to 33. I'm not going to get that out of this fabric, but we'll see how far we go. Now, as I said before, it's always best to take it out from the bias. Right, so let's see what I can get from this to show you. Oh, it's a lot of waste, but still. Let's see what we can get. Have you noticed that most of the time when I'm showing you something, it's normally freehand? I think that's what they used to call it in the days. Do it by freehand. Cutting out. There is calculations we can do, but these are always just demos and samples and old fabrics that I've had hanging around for years. So it was just a matter of quickly showing you so that you can get the idea. Calculations. When you're using a pattern, all the calculations are done there for you. So this just showing you roughly how to do it. Right, we're going to half it. Did I tell you that I applied for the BBC's designers to go on telly to do something? Do you know what they told me after I was interviewed? Mrs. Jordan, you're overqualified. Although I thought that was sweet, I thought, okay. So I missed out on it. Right, so let's see how skinny we're going to do this. You can now go and fold this again. And let me do a little show you. Fold it again. And you can try and stitch it in one go, but I don't recommend you do it. If I have a hard time, you'll certainly have a hard time. And as well, there is, when you see it, they're nice and perfect. There is a machine that actually does it. It just does that. That's all it does. This bit down here is really skinny because I didn't measure anything. So this bit down here is fiddly. Oh, let's just put a pin in it. Put a pin in it and stretch it. Oh, I've got one of those. I've got several of those things that you thread it through piping and it does it for you. That too sometimes is just a waste of time. Everything is so fiddly. Anyway, basically I cut it too skinny to tell you the truth. That's basically what I've been doing. Let's see if I get a fatter bit. Yeah, this bit's fatter. And let's see if I can find that contraption I was telling you about. There it is. That's one. All these things that I buy over the years, and here's another one. They don't really work. You connect it to your sewing machine. Can you see that bit there? And then you just put it through and it turns it for you automatically. Right, that's another one. Yeah, also I got two, so look at this one. There's one there. So you screw this onto the machine. There's two different sizes. So this one is 7/8, and this one is 1 1/4. Right, and then what you do is this that I've just done, you thread it through this and it pulls it and turn it for you. Right, and the time that I go through all these things trying to do it, it's a nightmare. That's what this is for. Right, so let's get that out of the way. All these attachments, you could end up spending a fortune, like I have. Some of these are older than my children. Right, so let's just do it manual. Manual. So let's turn that in, turn that in. The things I do for my subscribers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it only halfway, stitch it halfway, and then on another section I'm going to just stitch it, or maybe I should do that first and show you that bit first. I'm going to overlock it, and I've got red on my overlocker, so ignore that. I'm just going to show you what it the two different ways. So let me see now, from here to here, let me just cut it off and stitch that on quickly for you, and then from there to there, put this on for you there. Yeah, I don't recommend this on a sleeve actually, but let's see what goes on. So this bit here, I sank stitch it where I had it on the machine this way, and I pull this apart and sink the stitching in between very slowly. See, I've put a pin on this end and then I slightly stretch it. It does help when you cut them to the right side, it really does help. Did I tell you as well that when I was younger, in my teens, I got a job to make hats for the team of people for the Queen? And I got the job, and I refused it in the end. I didn't want to make hats. I was into clothes at the time. And that's looking nice. Look at that, that looks nice. Oh, that really does look nice. But if I move the camera, it'll cut out. Can you see it? That looks good. Can you see inside how it's folded up? Yeah. Now the thing about it is I don't want to do the whole lot because it just takes too long. It really does. I don't want to do this. I really, really don't. So let me see now. This bit here can just go a certain amount, and that's it. Because really and truly, as I said all the time, it's only going to get thrown away. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it only halfway, stitch it halfway, and then on another section I'm going to just stitch it, or maybe I should do that first and show you that bit first. I'm going to overlock it, and I've got red on my overlocker, so ignore that. I'm just going to show you what it, the two different ways. So let me see now, from here to here, let me just cut it off and stitch that on quickly for you. And then from there to there, put this on for you. There. Yeah, I don't recommend this on a sleeve actually, but let's see what goes on. So this bit here, I sank stitch it where I had it on the machine this way, and I pull this apart and sink the stitching in between very slowly.